procrastination. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
Basically, I'm really close to 400 subscribers, guys. So at my 400 subscriber, I'm gonna do a Q&A video. So drop any questions that you have. It can be like personal stuff, it can be gym related stuff, it can be anything you want. And so drop that in the comments, and I'm gonna do that on my 400 subscriber Q&A video. I answer all the questions. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Patrick, and in today's video, I want to go over a couple things. Number one, I want to talk about an injury that I sustained in the gym, and it's kept me out of the gym, not going at 100% for almost about a month now. Super frustrating, so I'm gonna go over that. I'm gonna talk about what it's done to me mentally, what it's done to me physically, and another thing, as you guys can see right now, I'm shooting on a new camera. I hope you can tell the difference. This one shoots 4K 60 frames, so I'm gonna be using this from now on, and I like it a lot, so I'll go over that camera. And another thing, kind of what I have, like what I've been working on and what I've just been thinking about and my plans for the future. So yeah, so first things first, new camera I bought. I'm using it right now, so I can't show you guys that, but this is the box, and it's a DJI Pocket Osmo. And as you can see, so this is my hand and this is the box. So the box easily fits inside my hand, and basically the camera is a little bit smaller than this box, so it's really easily handheld. It's really good for like vlogging type and kind of just like a point and shoot camera. And I don't know like a crazy amount about cameras. I know a little bit, I kind of taught myself, but I don't know like a ton. So this is perfect for me. This is kind of just a point and shoot, good quality, good resolution, good audio, really easy to use, really simple, really portable, because it comes with this little portable case. And I also got this little accessory that I can just plug the camera into this thing, and I can wirelessly connect it to my phone. And what that allows me to do is like set up the camera somewhere in the gym, and then I can move actually the camera to the angle that I want it at to record myself. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot better gym content and better gym footage because of this camera. So I'm super excited for that. So now I'm going to talk about my injury. Basically, it's kept me out of the gym for a month now, and it all started with like slight elbow pain in my left elbow, and I'm pretty sure it was because I wasn't deloading. Like I was just setting PRs after PRs on my bench press, and usually like from what I've researched, a good rule of thumb is just to deload after every 8 weeks. So that's 8 weeks on program, then a 1 week deload where you go in the gym and you hit about 50 to 60% weights. And that kind of just lets your body rest for the most part. You're still going in, you're still getting a workout, but you're not really pushing yourself, you're not really going to your limit, which kind of allows your body to rest. So it's kind of like an active recovery with still getting like blood in the chest, obviously, or blood in wherever you're working out. So basically I was skipping my deloads, and I had like a slight pain, but I thought it was nothing. I thought it was something I could work through. And with this injury, that's definitely taught me something that I know now, is never work through any type of like pain. And what I mean by that is there's a difference between pain when you're pushing and you feel the inside of your chest muscles fatigue, and there's a difference between pushing and you feel like a stabbing shoulder pain or a stabbing elbow pain like what I had. Like when it's a type of injury pain, you definitely don't want to push through that, but when it's a type of muscle pain, obviously there's no pain, no gain, so you got to push through the muscle pain. And the thing is, you kind of just have to know your body. Like you have to know what's appropriate pain and what's injury pain, because there definitely is a difference. So just make sure you guys like know yourself, know your body, and kind of just work with that. And so I went for a PR, which was a 260 pound bench press, and I did hit it. But then after that, the week after, I still had this slight elbow pain. Once again, I blew it off for nothing, which you definitely don't want to do. And I went for a 225 for 5. So I'll roll that clip now. And as you can see on the last rep of this set, I get stuck. And basically, I always tell my spotters, you know, leave the weight, let me get it, let me grind it out. And then if it falls back on my chest a second time, then help me up with it. But with this, I got stuck. Having this previous elbow pain, it was not a good idea to let my spotter just leave me there, which I told him to do, so no fault to the spotter at all. More my fault. And after me being there for a couple seconds, he lifted the bar and my elbow was shot. Like, it was done. Like, the pain, it felt like a stabbing pain in the center of my elbow. So I was like, okay, well, that's that. Obviously can't work out with that type of pain. Clearly something's wrong. So I went to my chiropractor, who's a good buddy of mine. So he basically diagnosed me with the problem that I had, either an impingement in a fat pad in my elbow, or my inconeus muscle, which is the muscle right kind of under your tricep here. So that muscle was either very overtrained and almost to the point of like a slight tear or something like that. So he diagnosed me with that. I did acupuncture, I did massage therapy, I took lots of rest, and after this I kind of re-injured something different. So I had that problem. He diagnosed me with that. I got treatment for that, and I was just kind of resting and letting that heal. And at the same time, this was on my tricep side, so I was hitting pull workouts. And I kind of took a week off of the gym after my first like sustained elbow injury. Then I went back to the gym a week later, and stupidly I just jumped into a pull workout at 100% after a week of not touching any weights, which was a terrible idea. And obviously I wouldn't recommend it, and I'm never going to do something that stupid again. And basically a good song came on, I got too hyped, too excited, and I just started going off on hammer curls. So basically I did too much on hammer curls after not working out for a whole week and jumping right back into at 100% where I left off. And then I felt a slight, not tear in my bicep, but discomfort in my bicep. And right where the ligament attaches, so at the bottom of the bicep, I just felt like a tense feeling, like a tight feeling. Obviously thought it was nothing, so went along with my day. The next day woke up, the pain was even worse. So I went from having a tricep problem to a bicep problem. Stupidly, also this was affecting my elbow, giving me elbow pain, and like it was just bad. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking, where just thinking pushing through injuries was a good idea and just working around it, but working to 100% of where I was and not letting my body rest and recover. This is after skipping all my deloads. So things that I've learned from this is obviously never skip your deloads, obviously never push through an injury, and number 3 is always get checked out, because I got checked out by my chiropractor, I got checked out by my doctor, and I got checked out by a walk-in clinic doctor. And all of these 3 people told me similar things, but I still decided to do limited rest and try to keep pushing, and that's when I injured my bicep. So that took me out for another 2 weeks. So having this already tricep problem that's had me out of the gym for a week at 100%, then a bicep problem 2 weeks, and this last week I've just been so pissed off that I let myself basically re-injure myself more and keep me out of the gym even longer, that I've just taken a whole week off, let me fully recover, stop doing stupid stuff, stop trying to push through, just take necessary precautions when you're injured. That's the thing. Like, I know that I'm like really eager to get in the gym and I love working out, so I don't want to stop doing that, but by me rushing in it too quick and not letting myself recover was keeping me out of the gym for even longer. So now I realize that now I'm going to properly rest, going to properly recover, and get back in the gym even stronger. And what this has taught me is that you need your recovery. So no matter what people say, no matter what PRs you're smashing, no matter how good your progression is, if you've been hitting strength weights, if you've been hitting heavy weights, your joints need recovery, your ligaments need recovery, your muscles need recovery. You need to add in your deloads. You cannot skip deloads. And that's basically the main thing that this has taught me. But an advantage that this injury has given me is that I've honestly, like, the motivation that I feel right now to get back into the gym and to push harder than I've ever pushed before, obviously safely, it's similar to the motivation that I had when I first started and kind of when I first started creating content. So in the sense that this was, injury is not what I wanted, but it's kind of what I needed. That now I'm extra motivated. I have almost like my passion back for working out, even though I was always passionate about it, but now it's kind of giving me that extra juice that I've been out for so long. So that's something that's good. So basically it's an injury that I didn't really want, but I guess you could say an injury that I needed to kind of reboot my body for a month, reboot my mind for a month, get ready back into the flow of things. And I'm just like super excited. And one thing I'm experimenting right now with, actually, I'm kind of researching like ingredients in pre-workouts, and my plan is to make my own pre-workout, like not brand it and not sell it, but I'll obviously just get the right dosages that I think work the best for me. So I'm gonna buy all the ingredients separately, like caffeine, like just caffeine, straight L-citrulline, just regular creatine, L-theanine, basically like stuff like that. But instead of buying a pre-workout with all of it in together and you don't know exactly what you're getting and titles can be misleading, I'm going to buy the ingredients individually, so that way I can increase the doses of exactly what like chemical I want to increase, and that'll basically like allow me to make a pre-workout exactly to what works for me and what my preferences are. So I'm kind of excited to do that, and basically I'm just going to experiment with that, let you guys know how it goes, let you know what I like best. And the thing with doing that is that the initial purchase is more expensive because you're buying all the ingredients individually, but when you put them together and you average it out, it becomes like most of the time a third of the cost of regular pre-workouts. So there's two advantages: it's way cheaper, like I said, it's almost a third of the cost. And then the other thing is that you can make it specifically to what you want. So if you wanted to, let's say, get more caffeine with your pre-workout, you just have to take more pre-workout. And necessarily you wouldn't want more of, let's say, beta-alanine or L-citrulline. You wouldn't want more of everything. You just want more of one thing. So with your pre-workout, you can't just take more because that won't do it. So when you have your own and you have the specific ingredients, you can increase certain things and then basically have more of the certain thing that you want instead of just taking more of the pre-workout. So that's my plan for that. Go over to my Instagram, make sure you follow that, and thanks.